Wow, it feels so weird to be making this video. I can't believe how quickly 3 years at university has gone. It's insane. If you have not seen any of my other university talk videos, please go and check out the playlist, which shall be linked down below and in the iCards, because it will give you more of a background of Ravensbourne and the digital film production course. Just a quick disclaimer, Ravensbourne has officially become a university. Originally it was just a college that was attached to the University of Arts London, UAL, and they would get the degrees from there, but now Ravensbourne is its own university, so it'll be awarding its students its own Ravensbourne degree. That is implemented from September 2018, so basically any of the curriculum advice and stuff I've discussed in my past videos, including this one, will kind of be irrelevant to anyone who starts the course in September because you will automatically be on the new course. I will, however, be making a whole video about the new course, so stay tuned for that. That will happen at some point over the summer. But yeah, this is a video for me to talk about my third year. So let's begin, because it's been a whirlwind. So in term one, we had 2 units to complete. We had the specialism unit and the documentary unit. Now, I was never really looking forward to the documentary unit, and the specialism unit I thought was going to be ridiculously stressful. So I'm going to talk about that unit first. Within specialisms, you had to pick a role, and you had to only do that role once, but you were expected to work on loads of other films. So we had to create 1 film every week. A lot of people did do music videos, and I know that they will be doing a sort of similar specialism unit in the next curriculum come September. So I would advise you to definitely do music videos, especially as the area that you film in is very loud. We made a short film, and I think we were one of maybe 2 or 3 short films that were made in the, 10, 11 weeks. Take it from me, do a music video so you don't have to deal with sound equipment and the noise. It was such a good unit, my favourite unit by far out of the 3 years that we've done. It was so incredible. I learned so much. I worked with so many different people that I'd not really worked with before. So my main film that I submitted was The First Date, which you can see on Livy's channel. Link will be down below and up here as well. And then I also produced and helped with art department. Now, art department is something that's not really talked about or even taught at Ravensbourne, although I think they are doing a bit more of a design aspect in the new curriculum that's starting in September. So because of that, I was so excited and just thrilled that people actually had to art direct, as that was one of the roles. So the roles you could choose between to specialise in were DOP, so cinematography, AD, which is what I did, the first assistant director, sound, which was kind of like a last resort for most people, and then editing as well, and post-production, and art director. So those were the 5 that you could pick, and I chose the assistant director. So although that was my role, I was able to work on loads of other films, and I was an art assistant for a lot of the projects, and it was so much fun. And I worked on, I think it was about 7 out of like the 12 projects that were filmed in that 10 weeks, and it was just a lot of fun. If you ever wondered what it's like to be in an art department, seriously, just do it, because it's a lot of fun. That was definitely my favourite unit ever that we've done. There is an essay you have to write, but like most of the essays at Ravensbourne, it's just reflecting on how you worked as a team and how your final film came out. So the next unit we also had to do in first term was the documentary. Like I said, I wasn't really looking forward to this because I had no idea what I was going to do my documentary about, and you could do it about anything. They encouraged us to work on a project that we already had knowledge about. I knew I wanted to direct, so I directed my film Hostages, which had done really well at that time. It won several awards, and there was like a lot of hype around me at the time, and I felt like I had to direct just to see if I could do it again. So I actually directed my documentary. I also edited it and produced it, but we're just saying I directed it. And mine was about my friend Amber and her daughter Amelia. You can see my documentary on this channel. Again, link will be down below and up there. So if you want to check that out, feel free. I knew from quite early on it wasn't going to be as good as I wanted it to be. Like, I'm okay with, because I knew it wasn't going to be amazing. I was expecting to get a B and I got a B+. Also in the specialism unit, I got an A for both my essay and my work that I submitted, which is really cool. But yeah, I got a B+ for my essay and a B+ for the documentary that I submitted, which I was expecting and I'm quite happy with. You know, that's a 2-1 and I got a first in the other unit, so we were on a good track at that point. And then came Christmas, and then you have to start thinking about dissertation. So obviously I'd done a dissertation unit, it was like dissertation preparation in my second year, and they kind of encourage you to continue working on it throughout the summer, and you know, so you're ready in January to start this new unit. Oh my goodness, I did not do any work over the summer, over Christmas. Actually, I bought a book over Christmas and I think I read maybe like 1 chapter. That was the amount of work I'd done prior to actually starting the unit in January. And I actually did my dissertation about musicals and it was the adaptations between musicals from stage to screen and into films, and it was just, I actually kind of liked writing mine, which I think that's a really weird thing to say. So at Ravensbourne, because it's not a heavy essay course, it's very practical. We only had to write between 6,000 and 8,000 words, and I think I did about 7,200 or something like that. It was about 7,000 that I wrote. And yeah, I actually kind of enjoyed it. It was really interesting and I got a B+ for that as well, and I was just thrilled. I recorded my reaction, so you can see that video as well. It will be down there. You can do your dissertation about anything. I would advise doing it about something you're passionate about. I was very passionate about musicals. I have always been, if you don't know me. I have always loved musicals, and it took me a while to realize that that was something I could write about, but then when I did, I was like, yes, I'm focused on this, this is what I'm gonna do. And it also made me realize that I want to produce musicals when I'm older and I'm actually making proper films. Writing the dissertation wasn't as hard as people had made it out to be, or at least not for me. Like, once I'm focused and I can work. It was just quite a long process getting all the relevant information together and kind of writing it up. And beginning, that was something I did struggle with, writing, like just starting the dissertation I found very hard, but once I did, it wasn't that bad. So if I can do it, guys, you can do it too. Now, the issue that we did have leading up to the submission, so our submission for dissertation was on the 16th of March, and like a week and a half, 2 weeks before, people were really starting to stress out, which is understandable. It put a strain on a lot of people, mainly because we were juggling writing our dissertations as well as preparation for our final films, and those two together was just not a good combination at all. I don't know whose idea it was to have FMPs at the same time as writing your dissertation. Luckily, for anyone starting in September on the new curriculum, you won't have that problem. You now do your dissertation in the first term instead of the 2nd/3rd term. So you hopefully won't have that problem, but it does mean you will definitely need to do some work over the summer. Also, due to the juggling of both the 2 units together, it meant that our FMPs were kind of taking a back seat because people were really focusing on their dissertations, which again is fair enough. It just meant that once we had submitted our dissertations, we were like a week or 2 behind on pre-production for our films, which wasn't helpful because then we had the weird amount of snow that we had, and that also set us back a week. So we were starting to get kind of worried, particularly with my major film. I was working on 5, which did get to me at a bit. Like, I think I should have just stuck to 4, but I think if anyone's watched any of these videos, you know I like to push myself and work on a lot of projects all at once because I can't say no. So I produced 1, I AD'd 2, and I was a casting director for 2, which was pretty cool. I really enjoyed doing that. So with the film that I was producing, we were doing so well with pre-production, and then one of our locations fell through a week and a half before we had to film, and it was just such a setback, and I was like really quite down about it because everything was like in place, and then we just had this one major issue, and because of the location that it was, we needed a farm. It was just very difficult to kind of secure that type of place and to film there in nighttime, which where we did talk to a lot of farms, that was the main issue, is that we wanted to film at night. Eventually, and I can't believe, like, I actually found somewhere. I found a place in Essex and it was just incredible, and the people who owned it were just incredible and like the nicest people ever. Oh my gosh, it just made the film. It made me so happy. So then I AD'd two as well. I AD'd my friend Jen Jones, who has a YouTube channel, and Livy's film. You may have seen, in fact, I think I vlogged both of them. So those BTS vlogs will be down there as well. There's gonna be a lot of information in the down bar, but feel free to watch them. And then I also casting directed for two. I was casting for a musical, which is something I'd never worked on before. I want to work on musicals in the future, so it was a great experience. And then I also cast for another film which needed two disabled actors, and that was quite a hard thing for me to do. Like, I managed to get both of them and I was so proud of myself. I got two actors with the specific disabilities that the script needed. I was so proud of myself that I got these actors to be in this film instead of getting, you know, like, no, I don't want to use the word, but normal actors, and making them have that disability. And then the night before, there was a massive issue with the actress and her father, and it kind of all fell apart. Like, if the director's watching, I'm really sorry, but it really got me upset about what happened, and I felt awful. And in the end, they had to rewrite the script due to an issue that had happened, meaning that the actress I did get was no longer playing the role, and so they rewrote it. And I was very upset that my work had gone to waste, and that the night before they cancelled on an actress when, like, I found a solution to the problem. That was kind of the worst bit about it. I found the solution to the problem, and yet they were like, no, we're changing the script, we're doing it, like, and that was really quite hard to come to terms with, and I did have a little cry about that, I'm not gonna lie. F&Ps were stressful, but they were also really fun, and I learned a lot. But my actual major film that I produced went so well on set. It was so smooth, and I'm so happy about that. I literally submitted all my final documents and essay and stuff this morning, so I've watched all the films that I worked on, and some of them do still need to go back into post-production and be worked on, which is totally fine. I don't think any of the films will be released yet, but I shall let you know when they are. Now I am finished, and technically I'm not a student and I'm a graduate, and that's really scary, and I don't know whether to smile or cry, to be honest. It's a little bit emotional right now. So you might be wondering what's next for me. So I am currently actually working on a film outside of university. I was asked by somebody in the year above me to work on a film that he is a production manager on. I've applied for other jobs as well, not heard anything back yet. Like, I'm not too worried just yet, because this is my final summer before, well, like Coral said in one of her latest videos, it's my final summer until I basically retire. So I kind of want to enjoy it as much as I can, get some money here and there on odd jobs if possible, and yeah, we'll see where it goes. But obviously my main goal is to produce films. So I hope you have enjoyed this video. I know it's quite a long one and I'm really sorry about that, but I felt like I had a lot to say. But I have got a few more other university talk videos that I have in my mind planned to film at some point. So like I said, I will do a specific video about the new curriculum happening at Ravensbourne in September. That probably won't come out for a while, just because I can't imagine I'll film it very soon, because I need to really go through it all and read everything and work out what it is that they will be teaching. I will also be doing a postgraduate video at some point, again, probably not for a while, but that will happen, just because I feel like I've gone through university and that's something people need to know about post-grad life. I will also be doing a Ravensbourne roundup. Anyone who goes to Ravensbourne will know what that reference is from, on the whole 3 years accumulation of skills and things that I've learned. Just basically a brief sum up and maybe some tips for everyone who will be starting there soon. I honestly can't believe that my 3 years at university has come to an end. It's crazy, and If you are starting Ravensbourne, I wish you good luck. It can be a great place. You will have a great time. It will be very practical and you'll meet some amazing people. This is like my, I'm getting a little bit emotional just thinking about it. This is like my final video telling you my experience. Why am I getting sad? Okay. Oh, I'm out celebrating tonight and tomorrow because we've finally finished uni, and yeah, oh my god, sorry guys. Right, we're gonna end this now because we're like 20 minutes into filming and I'm crying. Okay, bye. Bye. Oh my goodness me. Oh, how do I stop this?